song. Those of you at home don't know this great song we're trying to learn. We're not doing real well with it, but we're trying. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Visalia. We just had some wonderful people walk in. I'm so glad you're all here. And Reverend Jack is not here today. We have a guest, so let's go straight to the announcements. This Friday is the art show, Art Walk. It's going to be the same wonderful art, and I'm hoping most of those artists will be here. There's 6 of them. They're all the artists who teach at the My Voice Media Center, which is the mental health component of Arts Consortium. So these guys are all wonderful artists in painting, drawing, photography, different kinds of, and they'll be here. But we'll also have a special guest who's an author, and she'll be bringing some of her books. And I especially like her because I used to live in the Tower District in Fresno, and she writes a whole series on the Tower District. And so far I haven't found any places that I recognize. And she also, what's interesting about this woman in the book, she has a pet rat, which she really has apparently. So I hope you'll come out and meet her. This Friday, 5 to 8, right here. Come and look at the art closer than you have. Read some of the bios. Meet some of the artists. And then meet Lori. She'll read a little bit from her book. And we'll have a good time. It's always fun here. We want people to come out. Okay. So, baby contest. We are 2 months into June, July. Yeah, we have 1 month left, so we're 2/3 the way through the baby contest. And first place is, ta-da! Yes. Is Peanut Butter, the cat. Because she had, they had a week ago, they had this wonderful karaoke. And Donna W., who owns that cat. She doesn't own the cat. It's a stray cat that they've adopted. Anyway, Peanut Butter is in first place, and second place is Rita's great-granddaughter, because Rita keeps bringing goodies in too. So we're up to $1,182 that we've raised so far, but we've got to get at least, we got to get past 2,000. Now we're going to have some other things going, but those of you who aren't in first or second place, bring more goodies, do more activities. We've got 1 month left till we finish the contest. And whoever wins is our mascot for the year. Has their picture on the wall. They get their picture in the newsletter. So it's important to be the mascot. But the next event is Hope Garcia. Ta-da! Stand up and yell. Come on, Hope. Hope is going to do a concert for Gigi. So this is Gigi's going to raise some money. It's Friday, August 15th from 6 to 8 right here. There's tickets we have to sell in the back. Please think about bringing, 2 or 3 or 4 of your friends. Because if you've you've heard Hope sing here. She sang, who did you do? You sang a song for the symphony. You did a thing with Aretha and Carole King. She was incredible. And so we know this concert will be really good. They're calling it Sounds from Motown to Soul Town. Okay. So tickets in the back. Be sure to come. Bring your friends. We want to have a big group here. Summer school. How many of you went to summer school on Wednesday night? 1, 2, and me, 3. Did any of you try to get in and couldn't get in on the website that I had put up? Well, I couldn't get in. I finally had to go to Heart and Soul website to get in. But Carol said she got in on that website, so hooray, I don't know. Anyway, this is the website to get in. We got 3 more Wednesday nights. You can come to 1, 2, or 3, any of them. It's fascinating. They did this whole thing, but are you above the line or below the line? Very interesting discussion, and they're going to keep doing that. So there are flyers on the back with that email, with that website on it. So take one if you have any ideas. It's on Zoom, it's at night. Just listen to it, and the big group there that's taking it online, so you might enjoy it. And we have a special guest speaker today, Clark, who is not here. Where's Clark? Oh, yeah. Okay, Clark, there he is. You don't have to come up yet, I just didn't see you. Clark Hawley, do you know that he's moving to France? So we only have 2 more times he's going to be our guest speaker, today and the first Sunday in September. And so be sure to come and see him on the September 2nd, too. And it's a very special day, according to Bonnie. It's his birthday. So let's sing happy birthday to Clark. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Clark. Happy birthday to you. Yay. Oh my gosh, Sean's not here. Sean's supposed to be our host today. Okay, I guess I'm the host today. Oh my gosh. All right, this is going to be a crazy one, a fun one today. So let's do our mission statement. Want to repeat after me? Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is the place everyone comes together, connecting in love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. Thank you, and we will have our first song.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single word he said, but I helped him drink his wine. He always had somebody find wine. Everybody sing it. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. If I were the king of the world, tell you what I do. Throw away the cars and all the bars of war that makes sweet love to you. So sing it now. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Chase. You know I love the ladies, love to have my fun. I'm a high flyer and a rainbow rider and a straight shooting son of a gun. I said a straight shooting son of a gun. Everybody say joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. One more time, sing it. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls now. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me.
Thank you. That got us going this morning. All right, we have several 12 what we believe statements that I'm not really good at yet, but we're going to tell one of them. We're going to read one of them right now. Let's all say this together. We believe in the direct revelation on truth through the intuitive and spiritual nature of man, and that anyone may become of truth who lives in close contact with the indwelling God. Thank you. And now, Carol, I'm going to have you come up and read our diversity quote.
Thanks. Well, our topic today, believe it or not, in the deep blue sea, was part of the words in that song. And the theme is in the deep. And I'm sure that Clark will have many wonderful things to tell you about that. But I would like to read from the following that I discovered in the lesson that was about in the deep. And we can have the slide up there. Our whole purpose, and that is in this philosophy and way of understanding life, our whole purpose is to make the intellect an instrument for the spirit. We must become artists in living, and that's wonderful that we do have an expression of not only our own artistry, but the artistry of the community around us. We become artists in living. To live by inspiration means to sense the divine touch in everything, to enter into the spirit of things, to enter into the joy of living. And this is Ernest Holmes, and I'd like to underline that part. Our whole purpose is to make the intellect an instrument for the spirit. That's the part that speaks to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Now it's time to stand, and we will sing our congregational song.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I look by as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, but God so much more than the earth or the stars are all of creation. God is creation, all in all, leading us to shine His light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I look by as you show me all that I must do. Command my hand, what must I do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine His light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I look by as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you. And now it's time to hear from Clark.
Good morning. Oh man, I missed the whole little hype that Reverend Jack normally does right before I get up here. So I'll just have to take the happy birthday as my hype this morning. It is my birthday, and I have a birthday story, a kind of myth, legend, about how I got here today that I'd like to share with you. If I've already shared it with you years and years and years gone by, please tolerate me for sharing it again, but this is my myth. A long time ago, 63 years ago today, awfully far away, there were two kids at the Fair of the Cosmos. I was one of them, and my sister Jackie was with me. You know, I'm not exactly sure how to describe the Fair of the Cosmos, except it's like a huge county or state fair, but cleaner than Disneyland when Walt was alive. Really, really clean. I'm not exactly sure what people wore or what they looked like, or even if I had the vocabulary word for people yet. There were folks there, and Jackie and I were having a great time. I wasn't really hungry, but you know how it is when you're at the fair? There's just all the smells coming at you. And in that dimension, they had my favorite snack food, deep fried butter on a stick. I can't explain how they did it. Remember, we're in a different dimension. But they had deep fried butter on a stick, and I wanted some deep fried butter. So I tried to talk Jackie into going with me to go get some deep fried butter on a stick. And she had in her mind that she wanted to go on this little carnival ride. Big posters all over the fair. Ride the time and space adventure. It's a blast. You see, in the dimension where we came from, there were no times or time. There were no space or spaces. Everything was just whole. It's hard to describe. So we walk up to the ride and we look at it, not really comprehending anything about what the ride was like. It'll be fun, Jackie encourages me. Here, I've been trying to learn all about it. It's short, really. You can never tell how many rotations you're going to go before you're kicked off. Right now, the rotations run about somewhere between 70 and 100 for the long riders, and sometimes just a fraction of a rotation for some of the shorter riders. It's a kind of try your luck kind of ride, different for every rider. I, however, did not see the allure. It looked like a rickety old thing from some ancient bygone era. It was made of matter. No, seriously, matter. Atoms and molecules and stuff that we had only learned about from this strange, distant past in the dimension where we're from. In the center was a star and less than a dozen little planets, and only one of them was the location of the experience. There was this contraption that allowed folks to get there and get back. It didn't shrink you exactly. It's really hard to explain. Ride the time and space adventure. It's a blast, all the posters said. And since we didn't know what time or space was, it sounded like a fine idea. So we get in line, we get in the ride, and bam, we start to learn about time and space and what it's like to be limited by time and space. All of a sudden, 70 to 100 rotations doesn't seem like a quick little carnival ride anymore. At least it's too long before I get to have my snack. It's a blast. Excuse my French, ladies and gentlemen. It's a blast my ass. That flippin' ride has emotions and lessons and physicality. You wake up in this little incredibly small meat suit. And the meat suit, it grows and changes. You start out helpless, and you have to depend on other riders to get through the first dozen or two rotations. The meat suit can kick you off the ride just by breaking down. These things called experiences can neutralize your meat suit in a second. Things like buses and trains and falling and illness. It's a real challenge to stay on that ride. Yet, there is an experience of others and otherness that is the most confusing. When you're on that ride in your own little meat car, they even have a word for it. Your little meat car? Incarnation. You go and become your own little meat car. Incarnation. Isn't that cute? Even though the ride is fully immersive, I mean great technology to make this experience seem real, somewhere in the center of that meat suit, most people can remember, or at least sense, that it's just an appearance. It's just a moment. And underlying it all is the oneness. But the folks that forget, holy poop mongers, they can make the ride stupid bad for other people on the ride at the same time. Some riders get addicted to power. They make whole nations of other riders suffer. They make their own nation suffer, using hate and prejudice and fear to control others just to satisfy their own egos. Some folks get addicted to drugs or other behaviors that make themselves and their families suffer. And most of it's sheer luck. It makes a huge difference where you incarnate and when you incarnate, on how comfortable or uncomfortable or miserable or pleasurable the ride is. I'm still on the damn thing. It was really fortunate. I found my sister on the ride when we were in our early teen rotations. You know, we were in the single rider line, so we didn't get on at the same time. She got on about a year after mine in the whole rotation. It's been way more fun since I found her, though. My host riders, you know, the folks who look after you that first couple of dozen rotations, they were okay folks, but they just didn't have the tools to host a little meat suit well. My sister, on the other hand, she's a comfort. She will, if needed, help me stop anyone else's ride who's endangering my ride, and then she'll help me bury the meat suit. I have met so many truly wonderful souls on this ride. I got to host 2 of my own guest incarnations and meet folks that I may not remember now, but my gut, it's a meat suit thing if you don't understand. My gut knows that they are my tribe. You are my tribe. You are one of them. And I just want to remind you, we are all meeting at the deep fried butter stand when this is done. And I'm not going on this damn thing again. I'm going to confess. I used to be one of those people that jumped at the chance to speak because I thought I had something to say. I would spend time, I'd craft every joke, I'd work on the points, I'd get all the things, because, man, I thought I was something. That ego gets in the way of everything at all times. So, I want to let you know I'm not promising fabulosity. I'm just promising me. I'm all that I am, just an old goofball with some good ideas. As a matter of fact, in the Centers for Spiritual Living, there are about 5 basic ideas that we go over again and again and again and again and again. It's the form of spiritual mind treatment. That's our form of affirmative prayer. See, when we pray, we're not entreating a reluctant deity to please give us stuff or keep us from getting stuff we don't want. When we pray, we are treating our mind to the spiritual truth. It's this simple. There is one. I'm a part of it. The good that I want in the world can and will manifest. I'm grateful for that, and I release it to the universe, knowing that what is coming is the good that I want for myself and for others, or something better. Today's theme is diving deep. And because Reverend Jack has this thing where they do a study about the whole sermon outline that the ministers are supposed to use to guide their sermons. I can't do the same thing because everybody's all studied everything that they sent me. I got to give you all new stuff. Today's theme is diving deep, and in the lesson today, they were talking about sperm whales and all of the wonderful factors about them and how they can hold their breath for 90 minutes at a time, and they have this waxy substance on their forehead that changes thickness and viscosity that helps them to communicate with animals, across oceans. And so we're supposed to learn to breathe and to check our foreheads. The thing that I want to focus on today, though, is the second point of the 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment. We know there is one power, one source, one energy, one life force. I remember a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, when I was talking to a friend of mine online, and he was saying that he was having problems, and he was from a very strict religious background. He was Seventh-day Adventist, and everything is very lined out for Seventh-day Adventists. And I said, well, would you mind if I prayed for you over this thing that he was going through? And he said, what God do you pray to? And Plato and Socrates liked to answer questions with questions. And I said, well, how many gods are there? Well, one. Well, that's the one I pray to. So there is one, and I am a part of it. The message of how wonderful you are is caught up in those two. There is one great, loving, powerful source for good that has created all of us and manifests through us and can manifest as us if we allow it to. And that same stuff, in the beginning, when God created, God had nothing else to create from but God itself. So everything that is created is made of God stuff. You are made of God stuff. That sweet little dog is made of God stuff. That handsome, strong, and smart little guy is made of God stuff. And you know who inspires me to have a sense of wonder about that? Neil deGrasse Tyson, atheist of all atheists of all atheists of all atheists, science, 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 science. But when you get to the topic of wonder, all you have to do is talk to an astrophysicist. Because the unlikelihood of us here, the unlikelihood of life itself is so mind-boggling. Biological life can only happen in this incredibly narrow band of temperature. I mean, I can't get my fingers that close. In this and that temperature can only happen if we're in this incredibly narrow band of distance from the sun. And if we have, and we're put in a place in space where we're in the sweet spot between the heat and the cold. The distance just between our planets is mind-boggling. I, as a 4th grade teacher, wanted to show my students what the solar system was like. And I don't mean the little, paper thing hanging from the wall with the big old Jupiter and the, and the Earth. I wanted to do something to scale. Do you know how hard that is for a fourth grade teacher on an elementary school campus? Because in order to get it to scale, you'd have to have a sun the size of this building 4 times over. That's how big the sun is. And then you'd have to walk to Demery and see the BB that is Mercury. And then you'd have to walk to Acres to see the P. And then it goes on and on and on. And then you get to Jupiter, which is only the size of this room, while Earth is still that little blue marble, where the only place that we know of life happens. And while it's happening as you. Somehow, the creative universe decided it wasn't complete, and 63 years ago, a squealing little baby came out. And the universe said, well, it's a little bit better. Because there's all the people that came out since then, which makes things better and better and better. There is one power which is grand and great and glorious and indescribable, and we could spend our lives' time studying and reading every scripture and every mythology and every science textbook and every romance novel and listen to every song and still only begin to scratch the surface of it. And just as a wave is a part of the ocean, but not the complete ocean itself, a wave has its own time and space. Like you and I have our own time and space. On this space and time adventure, it's a blast. But that wave is made of ocean. It's 100% ocean. And you are 100% spirit in a little meat suit on a ride at the Fair of the Cosmos. To realize that everything in the universe is connected is to both accept our insignificance and understand our importance in it. That's a quote by Jeffrey Fry. I thought, wow, how come I've never heard of this guy? So I looked up Jeffrey Fry. Jeffrey Fry could be another incarnation of me. He's a guy with a degree in philosophy and religious studies, just like me. He's an associate professor of philosophy at Ball State University in Muncie. And his only significant publication was his doctoral thesis. Yet, if you do research on being positive and having a positive outlook, you will probably come across this guy's quotes. I found 147 in just a moment. You and I, the wonder of it all, is that you and I and the universe get to create our lives. You can say have to if you want to, but get to is the attitude that I want to take. You know, people come into centers like the Center for Spiritual Living, and they go, oh man, this is so freeing. This is so loving. There's no guy in the sky with lightning bolts ready to smack us when we step out of line. There's no guy in the sky with jewels handing out to those that he likes. This is freedom. This is wonderful. Until a few weeks pass. And you realize that freedom comes with the truth that I'm responsible for me. Boom, boom, boom. The one and I create. If you have any doubt about creative power, go outside and look at a tree. I mean, just stop and look at a tree. Everything in nature is built to instill that sense of wonder in us. And I want you to think of wonderful, not as, I am wonderful, but full of wonder. When you are in that state of being full of wonder, you're at the most harmonic moment where you and spirit can work together to create what you want. Fruits of the summer, grains, squashes, onions and garlic in the fall. It's God's nature. It's your nature. If you have a thought or a fancy and you move to make it so, that's creating. One of my favorite stories was a book by Roald Dahl called James and the Giant Peach. How many people are familiar with the story? I'll give you a summary if you don't know, okay? In James and the Giant Peach, a little boy named James is orphaned and moves in with his evil aunts to take care of him. James dreams of escaping this terrible situation and traveling to New York City. Then one day, the magical day arrives. James receives a magical seed that turns into a giant peach. James and the Giant Peach is a story of suffering, triumph, and overcoming obstacles as James floats and flies across the ocean with a giant peach to New York City. And they made a movie out of it. And the movie's so visual. I loved it. At the end of the movie, after James arrives in New York City, his aunts appear and attempt to take credit for the peach so that they can profit off of it. James tries to get people to believe the truth when he explains the magical, wonderful, yet unbelievable story that caused the great peach to arrive in New York City. The aunts retort in slithery voices, "This is all something he dreamed up!" James finds courage and replies, "Well, maybe it started that way, as a dream, but doesn't everything? Those buildings, these lights, this whole city, somebody dreamed about it first, and maybe that's what I did. I dreamt about coming here, and then I did it." Everything starts with a dream. Have that sense of wonder. Dream your dreams big. Dream your dreams fully. Speak those dreams. That's the third step in spiritual mind treatment, is to speak the things and the good that you wish to bring into the world for yourself and others. And then, after you plant the seed, you get to fertilize it. No, I'm not going to talk about cow manure. I'm going to talk about gratitude. Gratitude's magic. It's absolute magic. When you live in that place of wonder and you express that creativity and you put the icing on the cake of the top of gratitude, it changes everything. It's always a good idea to be grateful. I have a friend who shall remain nameless who's experienced a lot of ingratitude lately. People have not been grateful to her for the things that she's done, and she's really not experiencing gratitude for her existence right now, even though it's only in this narrow band that we get to have life. And every day that we wake up is a gift. I'm moving to France on October 2nd. One of the gifts of moving to France on October 2nd is that every day I get to enjoy today. when you only have 2 times to be able to speak with a congregation that has built you up and helped make you who you are today, you only have 2 times left to be able to connect with them before you go, it's a gift. It's a gift. I have a 14-year-old cockapoo. His name is Liam. He's a medium-sized cockapoo, and he's about 2 years beyond his expected lifespan already. Every day when I wake up, and he's deaf as a doornail, so he doesn't hear me wake up. He just lays there nice and quietly. But I jostle him, and then he wakes up, and that little stuffy tail starts wagging, and he greets the day, and it's a gift that in this thing called life, I get to have that gift. I also live with an 88-year-old woman, living, vibrant, loving woman, who wants me to reconsider going to France in the worst way. Like, she doesn't just drop hints. She says, Clark, I really think you need to reconsider this, because she wants me to stay. And I had to tell her how every day was a gift. In October of last year, I went out to take my dog for his morning walk, and when I came in, I hear, Clark, help. I found her while she was in the midst of a stroke, completely and totally dead paralyzed on her left side. And I happened to be there at the right time in the right moment to call the paramedics, who took her to our local Kaiser, who just gave her the meds intravenously that you're supposed to have right after you have a stroke. If you have it within the first hour, it's really good, but you need to have it within the first 3 hours. And then they drove her to Sacramento, where there was a surgeon waiting to go up through her arm into her brain and suck out the clot. So instead of 3-4 years of rehab and physical therapy to work on trying to be able to move and speak and walk, 2 weeks later, I go in and I visit her, and she's drinking coffee with her left hand. It's a gift. So she wanted me to feel all guilty about going. And I said, look, I got this dog. I also happen to live in a household with an 88-year-old woman. You're lived past your life expectancy. I want you to go ahead and keep on doing it for a nice long time. But let's face it, every day I wake up and I hear you go to the bathroom, it's a happy morning. I get to wake up here in this life. I get to pet the dog. I get to talk to a dear friend who is here because Spirit decided to be Spirit as me that morning. Spirit decided to be Spirit as my dog because my dog woke me up to go take that walk, because it was earlier than I would have normally woken up. But it happened to be in that narrow band of time and space where she needed to have somebody call 911. I'm full of wonder, and I'm full of gratitude. And so, there's one, I'm a part of it, full of wonder. I have the ability to speak my word to bring good into my life and the lives of people around me. That is amazing. I have the ability to be grateful. Instead of cursing the universe that my friend Alex had a stroke, I get to be grateful for being Spirit in that moment to help her continue to have a long and healthy life. And then let go. In that sense of wonder, knowing in gratitude that the universe does act upon our word, we get to let go and watch the wonder unfold. Ernest Holmes said, "There is a power greater than myself, and I can use it. At the Center for Spiritual Living, we are dedicated to that philosophy. Is that egotistical? Is that magical thinking? That we can use the power of the cosmos to build a better life for ourselves, our families, our community, our nation, and our world? I think not. It's just the way it is. There is a power greater than myself. And I used it to get here this morning. It was Donna's car. That's a power greater than myself. An internal combustion engine. Every morning I get in a car and I go somewhere. I use a power greater than myself to move me from where I am to where I want to be, and so do you. So, put that on a cosmic level. There is a power greater than ourselves, and we use it to make this space cool. Thank you very much, William Carrier, for inventing air conditioning for the Central Valley. And we have a power greater than ourselves, and it helps us make the light and to hear each other and to make music. It's called electricity. There are powers in this world greater than you, and you have the ability to use it. Today, in a sense of wonder, I hope that I've been able to leave you with a little bit more filling of wonder so that you can be wonderful as we move from this place. Today, you're in charge of your life. Use it well. Let's go dance together. And so it is. I'm going to go ahead and finish the talk with the spiritual mind treatment. So let's take a moment. Breathe this breath of spirit in us. Let it out. Rest in that space. There is one power, one source, one energy, one life force. That life is God's life. That life is my life now. And what I know for myself, I know for every person in this room, watching online, and who will be watching in any recorded forms later. We are all part of that one. What I know for myself, I can know for you. I set my intention to use my thoughts, to use my life, to establish and make use of a power greater than myself for the good of myself and those around me. I am grateful for the ability to do this. I am grateful to know that the laws of the universe are the laws of the universe, and they continue to work out themselves with mathematical precision, that which I utter goes from me and accomplishes that for which it is intended, as long as my intention is for good and growth and wonder. It's with gratitude that I do this, and I release this word to law, noting that it is so, and so it is.
Thank you, Clark, for making Science of Mind come to life. And now we will have our next song.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I'll open my eyes and see there is only love. that sets us free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Thank you, Hope and Chase. That was amazing. So let's have our ushers come forward, and we will say our prosperity prayer. Can you all join me? Today I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to Spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. If you'd like to donate to the Center for Spiritual Living Visalia, if you felt something with this, then here's the way to do it on the screen. And I accept these wonderful gifts from all of you, and I set the spirit for thinking positively and wonderfully. And so it is. Clark, would you like to do our final before we sing the peace song?
Do our final.
Our final prayer.
Oh, our final prayer, a closing prayer. Well, I kind of did that at the end. But you know what? Never can have too much. All right. There is one. That one is goodness. That one is grace. That one is power. That one is self-sustaining, expressing, growing, producing, manifesting. And I'm a part of that. What I know for myself, I know for every person in here. I know that diving deep does not mean going to the depths. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I had turned myself on.
Oh, that's right, you're on.
Okay. All right. Diving deep doesn't mean that we're going into the depths to stay there. It means that we're coming up for air. That we have range and grace, places to go, things to see. It is in that sense of wonder that we exit into this world that needs our presence, needs our consciousness of good and wonder. We exit energized, fulfilled, ready to give, and be who we are to our maximum potential. I release this word to law with gratitude, knowing it is so, and so it is. Ooh, we get to sing together.